half ago, I got 6 of my friends and put them into a Minecraft world, split them into teams of 2, and gave them each a plot of land to work with. Their objective is they had a list of goals, and they had to build the best city and complete all their goals as fast as they could. So, lots of stuff happened in this week and a half, and that's basically what I'm going to go through here. The first city we're going to tour will be the Mountain City, which was run by David and Bella. So right as you go into their city, you see a nice little tent here. So the inside of the tent doesn't look the best, and it doesn't look like much effort was put into this city, because it wasn't. He didn't really want to do this video from the start, so he kind of just didn't try. So yeah, this is their hospital, apparently, I think. Yes, this is the hospital. Their sad attempt. I don't know what this is supposed to be. But, yeah, their place, apart from this building, is kinda sad. All their goals did get complete, though. One way or another, because they paid me to build a lot of their buildings for them, which is what happens with this factory over here, the lumber yard down here, that's not the lumber yard, that's the storage yard, the factory, a mine, his lumber yard is up here. Speaking of all that, when I said each city had a list of goals, every city started with a post office, and their list of goals was listed on the wall of the post office. And what happened to this city is he basically built it as fast as he could, and then quit. He literally just quit the country and moved to the jungle country. So we're gonna ignore that for now, because that's not what we're looking at. But he quit and moved to the jungle country. Jungle country, which was run by my sister and her friend Haley. This is what they ended up with. Now I'm going to just give you a quick announcement. They ended up paying me as well to build their country for them. This building here, which is supposed to be their hospital, is one that they built. This one here, the Jungle Cafe, hence the letters on top, is one that they built. And this house here is one that they built. The rest of this entire country was me. And they've got these nice jungle bridges going from tree to tree, which if they would have built stuff on top of the trees, that would have made it even better. This is their police station. They got a little guy here to take notes of everything that comes in and out of the building. And down here, whoops, I missed that jump. Down here is their prison. They got some villagers locked away in there. This guy looks like he belongs in prison. A little suspicious looking, if you ask me. And up here is their lumber yard. They got a tent and stacks of wood outside the tent. Then you've seen their police station, you've seen the house. Over here is their mine, which is kind of elevated. It's kind of interesting. You go down, there's lanterns, and there's that, I guess. I don't know. I built it. I don't know what I did here. Over here is their factory, which I literally just structure copied the factory from the other the other kingdom, because I built it, therefore they didn't build it, so it didn't matter if I gave it to somebody else. And he ended up moving over here anyway, so that worked out. And when he moved to this country, they actually wouldn't allow him to build. So he ended up quitting their country too, and moved to the Ocean City, which I can't tell you about that right now until I tell you about the city, which is a little bit of a mess. Which would be, as soon as the channel's loaded, which would be this one over here. This was the Acacia City. Now, in my opinion, Acacia is the worst biome in Minecraft. I'd even take nether biomes over the Acacia. And, they start... Well, what happened here? Their entrance kind of got blocked off. Now, what happened here is, we took the entire Acacia biome, except for that there, that's the only safe haven, and turned it into a basalt biome. And if you ignore that, this country actually looks really, really cool. They got their police station here, which was... Oh, I forgot to mention, this country was done by Hannah and Anthony. So they got the police station here, which was built by Hannah. What happened here? And they've got the bank, which was built mostly by Anthony. They've got a kind of copy-ish looking building of the bank, but it's just a little house for villagers. Villagers living there. They got this going for them, I guess. This is a house for villagers, in which Anthony built. It's interesting. Over here is the war bunker. They've got 2 beacons and a shulker full of war materials. And down here, they got another volcano. This is their storage house, and this is their hospital, which is kind of deadly, entering the hospital. Then they got this building, which I built, which is why it's here, because I originally built it for the Ocean City, and then Structure copied it over here. And then they've got this here, which was their hospital in progress, when they kind of decided against it. They got their lumber yard down here, and they got a volcano, which there's actually, which I can't find my way in, but there's actually a prison inside of this volcano. And then they've got volcanoes, and more volcanoes. The backstory behind all the volcanoes is me and Anthony were up late, kind of delirious because of how late it was, and I structure copied his volcano that he made, the one down here, about 1 million times. So he's not gonna win best looking country, but that's my fault, so I'm still gonna give him some kind of reward for that, because if I didn't do that, this country would look awesome. He's got smoke coming up out of the ground, broke the leaves off the acacia trees so it looks like they're burnt. He's even got like a little restaurant over here, which matches the basalt theme with all the burnt looking materials. It looks great. This would look awesome if I didn't do that. And that's his defense wall. Because there's going to be a phase 2 of the video. Oh yes, Twitch. There's going to be a phase 2 of this video. And phase 2 is going to be a war, where the countries are going to go to war with each other. So he's not the best PvPer, so instead he has defense mechanisms. He can pretty much hide in any one of those, and it would be near impossible for anyone to get to him without taking lots of fire damage. So his country looks nice. It looks quite amazing if it wasn't for that mess, in which I did. And like I said, I put them in at the beginning of the video. I put them into teams. I split them into 3 teams and gave them 3 plots of land. I've already showed you 3 countries, but I've mentioned an Ocean City in the past. Well, this was an economy-based world as well as a survival city world, where they could gather stuff on survival and sell it to me in trade for emeralds, and they could use those emeralds to buy items out of the creative inventory. Like, in all the post offices which had the list of goals they had to complete, there was prices and worth for different materials in which they could buy and sell. So, Anthony, he took every single object that they had and sold it without asking Hannah if that was okay. He also bought this with all their money and Hannah specifically said they didn't want this. So she ended up quitting his country due to the fact that he didn't consult her for much of the city planning. So that's where the Ocean City comes in. She quit his country and went and started her own, which is the Ocean City. Which, after Bella found out that her city was abandoned and David moved over there, she went and joined Hannah's country as well. Ignore that. The Ocean City is located over here. Once again, this was a city. They started the city really well. They put effort into it. They actually tried, and then they just kind of got bored, and they paid me half of their city's reserve money to finish it for them. They had the structures of most every building complete, and then they just paid me to do the interior of their country for them. So they've got the post office, in which every country has. Then they got their storage yard, and here's their mine. This is their lumber yard. You can see by the windmill, the saw to shred the planks and logs, a little factory to power it all. And over here is their prison, which it needs lit a little bit, like it needs more torches, but they've got this. It's a cell in progress. Then at the top, oh nope, this is the observatory for the prison. Down here, I've got a little prison cell in which I built that when you pull the lever, the floor of the prison cell drops, dropping the prisoner to their doom. So they've got that going for them, which helps them a bit. They got multiple towers in which I built for them. This tower I purposely exploded to look like it was under demolition. These two towers here are their two main towers, pretty much. They've got their hospital down there, which I built. Their bank, which they built a hotel for their villagers, because a population of 25 villagers was one of the requirements. And so they keep all their villagers in here so the villagers are safe. They've got a hotel for them, little houses for certain villagers. Across this bridge is their factory. This is their restaurant, which Hannah built. And let's see, there's another building here somewhere. Ah, yeah, their police station, which Hannah also built. Once again, this was a country, they paid me to do most of it for them. So really, the only country that did it themselves was the Acacia country. Apart from the basalt, I did most of their basalt land, like turning their acacia to basalt for them. And when I wrecked it with the volcanoes, I gave them a free building, which was the restaurant. So, I also paid the leader, Anthony, of the Acacia City, to put a volcano here by their Ocean City, and built them a war base inside their volcano. So, in all the countries look great. The jungle one definitely fits the jungle theme. The basalt, it looks awesome if it wasn't for the volcano mess that I made. This country looks awesome. All the big towers and all the lights and the roads right next to the ocean. This one's amazing. And the mountain city, nobody lives there anymore. So it was just kind of disqualified from the whole existence of everything. So what I want you guys watching the video to do is comment down below which city you think looks the best, or which city you want to win, because the winning team is going to get an advantage during Phase 2, which will be the war where the countries fight. Vote wisely, and catch you in the next video.